Good morning children and welcome back to English class. Sea Fever by John Masefield is one of the famous poems of wanderlust and love for nature. It was first published in 1902 in saltwater valleys. This poem is about a sailor who is in love with his ship and sailing. The poet in this poem expresses a strong desire to get back to the sea, as he cannot ignore or deny the calls of the sea. He wants to live his entire life sailing on the sea and die a peaceful death. So let us see and read this poem.
Let me first tell you about the poet of this poem. John Edward Masefield was an English poet and writer and poet laureate from 1930 until 1967. Among his best-known works are the children's novels, The Midnight Folk and The Box of Delights, and the poems The Everlasting Mercy and Sea Fever. It is a work of art that brings beauty to the English language through its use of rhythm, imagery, and figures of speech. Now let us move ahead to understand and read the first stanza of the poem. The first line, I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky. The poet expresses his strong desire in this line to get back to the sea, as the call from the sea cannot be ignored or denied by him. He longs to get back to the sea, to sail through the waves. The second line of this stanza, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. This line describes the feeling of a mariner gets when the seafaring way of the life calls to him. The seafarer in the poem says, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. Tall ships were and are known for their seaworthiness. The ship and the star are all he needs to guide his way through the sea. The third stanza, and the wheels kick, and the wind's song, and the white sails shaking. These tondies suggest the repeated slapping of the waves against the bow of the ship, in addition to the meter suggesting the repeated slap of the waves. The wheels kick is a reference to the ship's steering wheel spinning out of control. The last line, and a grey mist on the sea's face, and a grey dawn breaking. Here, the poet is longing to see the grey mist rise up at the breaking of the dawn from the sea. He also wishes that there would be strong winds making the white clouds fly. And thus, children, we see how beautifully the poet describes his desire to get back to the sea. The poetic devices used in the first stanza are assonance. It is the repetition of vowel sound of I and in wheels kick and wind's song and white sails shaking. We can also see a lot of imagery used by the poet in this poem. Imagery makes the readers perceive things involving their five senses. For example, I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky. We also see end rhyme being used in the poem that makes the poem very rhythmic. It is used to make the stanza melodious. For example, sky, by, shaking, and breaking. So this is all about our first stanza of the poem. Sea fever is an excellent title for this poem because it refers to the way that for some people the desire to see the sea and be close to it and sail upon it can act in the same way as a fever which cannot be shaken off. In our next video, we will read and understand the second stanza of this poem. Till then, enjoy reading this poem, Sea Fever by John Mesfield. Thank you.